They throw things. Chains and Wedding Crash, they're always swapping up their roles. You know, 1 and 2, one goes mid, one goes safe lane. More likely than not. Huskar against Storm, you know, Huskar can crush that lane. So it's definitely still possible that they have the SF and Dazzle bot and just sit behind the tower and hide, basically. Because SF against Storm, okay, maybe SF favored after the first 2 waves. Storm gets in there and he gets some last hits done.
It's also very difficult for Trust to like kind of rotate, especially if you go into an offensive tri-lane position. Your supports are kind of pinned down there. I like... doing an offensive tri-lane is obviously, if it works, especially if you get kills with this lane, but if they don't get kills, you know, all of a sudden you can't pull. It's a lot harder to offensive tri-lane as Dire. Oh, look at this early TP out from Beastmaster.
TP and ward.
I like this a lot, actually.
Where's he going to place it, though? Block it in the pool camp? Well, they're pinging out now. They want to see where the kills is going. But we're actually going to see Trust, 5-man, moving down this bot lane. This is...
Okay, so the early ward is amazing for Beastmaster. You can kind of... Like, the thing about Beastmaster compared to other offlaners is you can use the boar to pretend like you don't have vision. You know what I mean? You can use it to scout, and that way you can kind of convince... Oh, look at this very aggressive smoke here. It's kind of late, though. But CSW are very passive. They're not about that fight in life because they know the power of Shadow Demon Leshraklina.
Look at Chains. He doesn't even want to be, you know, in this area here.
He's like, I'm going to hide behind this bush and I'm not going to move.
Well, bot rune's going to be forfeited by CSW, but they'll still get top. Not a big deal. And yeah, like you said, a late smoke, but all the early expenditure of gold by Signature.Trust and not gaining anything from it.
Well, they did get their ward down as well. Not too bad.
No information. They don't know whether Huskar is bot, mid, Wedding Crash, don't know where he is.
Okay, let's see. Desolation. He's a 40% win rate. For Shrek in this Southeast Asian qualifier.
Oh, they're going to get both runes. They move the 4 heroes top, and there we go. Signature.Trust. Get the kills, the bot rune, and Leshrac the top.
That's the dub. No, that's GG if you're playing a pub. Like, you literally all chat it like...
It's 61% win rate or something. Well, when the stats were done over a sample size, they had a 61% win rate for double banter and being picked up.
Really? That's actually insanely high. Okay, I think it's a lot down to Chains and how CSW play this lane. Because early game, I don't. Can Huskar even create like CS?
Godot took Poison Touch level 1.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I mean, heal probably is not going to be your skill, but
you're going to save the point. Like I think you save the point in this scenario.
Well, if you disrupt the Huskar, stun him twice, and then grave him, he probably still dies anyway, because he doesn't have boots, he's just going to get chased down. So maybe the harass out and force the enemy to use some regen is the way to go, but it's really
the poison doesn't really do that much damage at level 1 though. Okay, so they've realized that, hold on a second, we don't even need Lina top or bottom. Shadow Demon Leshrac on his own is actually enough.
And Chains, no last hits just yet. He's got 1 deny across the board.
He's pretty happy with that deny though. Like, no, in all seriousness though, like you cannot be anywhere in this lane or you're dead.
Yeah, so Godot's job here actually is to try and win Shadow Fiend the mid, harassing out MyPro, not allowing him to get those first couple of waves, which, you know, we mentioned Storm gets into the creep waves, Remnant out, and get the first couple of last hits in there. Even pretty much with the Shadow Fiend, a couple more denies on the SF.
Getting an early lead on Shadow Fiend is probably the most satisfying thing in the entire game, because all of a sudden it's very, very difficult to contest the creep when you have such high base damage. Like, yeah, he can Remnant because of the high damage on Remnant, but apart from that, he has to like cost mana, and that makes easy raises as well if he's coming in that close.
Well, how's this top lane? There's Boar, there's... Oh, the attack speed from Boar or the attack speed slow from that and Fire Spirits. How is Lina ever going to attack people?
I don't even know.
Lift her arms to throw a little fireball, bottom lane, disruption, soul catcher and splitter. Chains is dropping low pretty quickly as they've got the extra bit of damage out there. Huskar, though, he's not going to drop, and he's got a salve ready and waiting.
That's fine, though. You know, you get out that early salve. Like that, it costs very little. They have 2 clarities to get their mana back up. They just do it again and again.
There's a DD Dazzle here. Godot, you've got to be very careful with your positioning. Has sentries, so he can try and de-ward this pull camp. Okay, let's start controlling equilibrium.
Ooh, he misses with the first one.
Ooh, second one, where are you going to place it? Where is it going to go?
See what he does with this one.
It's risky even just de-warding here as the Dazzle. Chains. Oh, ABBA. Thinking about the naked split earth without some setup, and cancels in the end.
Okay, so look, who do you favor in the laning stage now? Just having a little peek at them.
I think it's even.
Okay.
I think it's relatively even. Now, Shadow Demon actually with the burning spears down onto him, Chains getting ripped apart. Lightning Storm and Split Earth. He's losing his HP at a drastic rate, but Godot's chasing down Boom Bell, not gonna find the kill.
He has no mana.
That's very true. He's got nothing to give. He's got poison touch, no grave, and no heal. The creeps, the right click out from ABBA. The Leshrac finds first blood.
That was the clowniest first blood I think I've ever seen.
He's got a path through here, but he can't run past the Leshrac.
Oh man, I think if he knew he didn't have mana, he probably would have ran past him. It was a difficult position to be in. Now this boar is doing a lot of harass top. It's just so infuriating when you're playing against it. There's, you know, if someone micros the boar well, it's probably the worst thing to do, especially when they get the 2 boars out. You can even last it nearly perfectly with it.
Yeah, it does a ridiculous amount of damage. Leshrac array onto 2D. Lakel's just getting a little bit of damage out there. The dive forward and then return back from 3-4-3. One thing, neither team has any time to stack the jungle. No. Every single one of their support heroes, their core heroes, has a job to do in the laning phase. They have no spare time. No time for activities.
Yeah, it kind of, like as we talked about in the draft, it allows them to not have any pressure on their mid lane. So it's more up to individual skill in the mid lane matchup. And, you know, hero matchup as well. But I think, like, as the game goes on, Shadow Fiend will come more and more ahead. Like, just being able to nuke out that group wave so quickly. Oh, this could be... Will he go for it? Nah, you can't kill him, I don't think. If he was level 6, I think he'd go for this kill.
Start looking for it. Wedding Crash, not going to go for the ranges there. Yeah, the fact that Storm Spirit is pretty much even with the Shadow Fiend, the fact that Dazzle was there, bottom lane, Lightning Storm out, Chains and Godot starting to get a little bit aggressive up in the face of ABA. And you've got to wonder, once this Huskar starts getting in, well, once he's level 6,
yes,
they go for kills.
That's gold time.
Because Dazzle level 3 is going to have 1-1-1. You just jump on the Leshrac, no doubt about it.
And he's going to have, you know, the more points, when he gets 4 points in the Berserker's Blood as well, with the Shallow Grave, like, whew, you don't want to fight that at all as Leshrac. And he, you know, you go for Mana Boots early, you go for that early Bloodstone, but if you can fight him and destroy him before he even gets close, you know, it's a kind of support Leshrac at that stage, if they play correctly. Oh, they spot it out. Oh, yo, yo, yo.
Oi, oi, oi. And Boom Bell, the Shadow Demon, you're going to try and catch the Huskar here. Go for the disruption, but he's going to turn back around on Split Earth will land. The Burning Spears, though, doing a ton of damage. Chains, you're going to go and fight. Definitely healed up, and with that vitality, turn back around onto the Leshrac. He's got no Edict, he's got Lightning Storm and Split Earth. The Storm come in, he's level 6, and there's no Grave on the Dazzle. He's got no skill points, and Dazzle drop. Chains does get a kill on Leshrac before he drops himself. The Soul Catcher and right clicks out. My pro should be able to clean this one up, no problem. Burning Spears.
I'm not sure. Did he mean to buy Tranquil Boots?
Yes.
Okay. That's the build, is it? So what did they do? Tranquil Boots what?
The Tranquil Boots sometimes earn, and then Armlets. Well, so it's regular after Tranquils.
So the idea is you roam around, you use all your health to gank, and then you just Tranquil up and...
Oh man, double raise. Single raise. Wedding Crash. Oh, the Storm trying to zip zap, but he's not going to do it. Wedding Crash finds the kill, and maybe a Split Earth there from Leshrac. The fact that Shadow Fiend stood still, it's going to force the cancellation of the raid.
True. But he was hasted as well, so it's... Even if he starts casting, you can still always run out of it. Is he going to go for another? He has triple raise.
There's one. Wedding Crash. You got it.
He has him.
ABBA, you're dead. One more right click and Huskar. Who's going to get it? Shadow Fiend. There we go. This is some great rotation out from CSW.
It was a very nice play. He did the old fake me do and walked back and went back in. It was just...
I've got a kill. I'm going to go back to my mid lane and then hang.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm walking back.
Like, ABBA pushed up pretty hard. This ward, though, this Radiant ward has been great for CSW. Okay, so when I see a Storm Spirit going this build, I assume they're kind of like farm more, but he was very aggressive with that TB bottom, you know, using all his mana so aggressively on one Dazzle. Yeah, no points in Vortex. It's the farming Storm. Again, no stacks in the jungle either, so it's a little bit unusual. How we're looking for the kills though up on top lane, because against the Beastmaster and Phoenix has no last hits. Beastmaster though has secured 21. And they're looking for stacks in the jungle. They'll even spot out Wedding Crash there.
He's probably like, please, just leave me alone.
Is there a Hawk here? How do they know?
Very, very annoying. That Hawk, man. Late game, it's just a game winner.
Where's the Phoenix going? 3-4-3? Time to stack up the jungle a little bit for the SF. Actually, Lina has moved down to bot lane, so they know Shadow Demon and Lina, time to start making things happen because they're losing out on this bot lane. Like, there's no doubt about it.
The longer it goes on as well, the more Chains is going to become a monster. Especially when, like, they have Shallow Grave up, like, Dazzle's level 3. This is... I think he can kill them all, actually. If played correctly, like, if they don't stun correctly.
Yeah, one slip up from Trust.
Exactly.
King just goes how on them.
He's about to hit that fourth. No, his skill builds actually. He's gonna get third point in Berserker's Blood, is he?
I'd assume so.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's usually one in Vitality, and then you go for the spears and the blood.
Yeah. The spear is increasing by 5 each level, so there's no like value point or anything. So look at my pro again. Super aggressive top lane, and I think he's gonna pay for that.
Oh wow, he was all the way back there.
Yeah. Okay, so he kind of walked into a hawk, and then just got roared and blown up by Shadow Fiend. That was insanely aggressive.
And again, interesting. He's still got no point in Vortex,
Exactly,
so killing
yeah.
potential with a Bristleback is close to nil.
That's what I'm confused about. I'm not sure.
Two supports smoke out from bot lane. Boombell, Jap, both looking for that disruption into Light Striker.
They have a lot of damage with that Dragon Slave as well, being level 3.
Can they kill Phoenix before he dives away?
Yeah, I think so, if you time your spells correctly. You know,
Even
2 points into Soul Catcher.
They're going to walk into the smoke. Wedding Crash gets caught. There's disruption. What's the follow through? The Storm zip forward, and there we go. LSA lands, and Wedding Crash caught by the Vortex. Tries to turn back with a double raise, but he's not going to get a counter kill. Phoenix, just dive yourself away. Get back to safety.
You saw the damage with the Soul Catcher. Holy crap.
Leshrac TP'd.
Yeah.
Did he get jumped on a bot lane? I'm assuming he was caught and thought, hang on a second, there's no stuns down here. Let's TP myself away.
Because I wasn't watching bottom lane.
He didn't TP to the tier 1 at bot, now he's walking down there. I think he TP'd to tier 3 mid. So it's one of those panic TPs, like I don't want to TP to Fountain, I want to TP to a tower.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So Vanguard up on Lakel's here. You go, I guess, yeah, the Crimson Guard is very strong in this game. You know, having that extra tank ability up on your Leshrac.
One of the biggest problems with the Bristleback is that you can tunnel vision a lot. We used to see, the mech Bristleback, or the mech hood, the Vanguard hood.
Yeah.
And then you use this beast. You're this really tanky beast that's unkillable. But damage-wise, what does Trust have? Physical damage. I kind of feel he needs to go sort of Sanjin Yasha treads, maybe a bot. I don't know if he needs a bot lane there for the mana sustain, but
Okay.
he needs some kind of right-click raw physical damage power.
The thing I was thinking about though was for Leshrac having the shield, the physical damage block for Shadow Fiend, Huskar, that kind of stuff. It could be very powerful.
SF, oh, boom, fell. You didn't poison, you didn't get the vision, and now 2D comes in, stunned up and rips apart. Micro Vortex up and finds the kill. More TP's coming in though, as Dazzle wants to try and play defensively, counteract this aggressive play. Boombell, Fiery Spirits dodge, he's going to deny himself the neutrals. Godot, down, he graves himself, he is level 2. Requiem flies across, stab a Micro. Are caught behind enemy lines. Micro does have a ton of mana, so he can zip back and forth, but Leshrac is not so lucky. The race misses. One more hit will finish him off, but Micro jumped on by the Huskar. Time to zip back up at the high ground.
Okay, that's a pause. That's a pause.
Dear.
Lakel's paused. They're lagging.
I'm 100% sure that the Storm was lagging. He had like 500 mana. There was
saw that, yeah.
no reason for him to stay there. He could have zipped up onto high ground.
He could even gone to the river. Oh dear God.
So I was wondering, he's fighting Wedding Crash. Huskar comes in. You're not casting Remnants. You're not Ball Lightning. You're not actually doing anything except just auto-attacking.
Yeah.
So that's really unfortunate for Signature.Trust.
Could have dodged Life Break as well. Like there's so much could have done. Okay.
This Lena's pretty rich. 1,500 gold.
You go Yules first on Lena, yeah? That's like everyone gets that item, yeah?
Arcane Boots has been popular on support Lena.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll heavily prioritize that. They've got one on Leshrac, and I think Shadow Demon, more often than not, goes Tranquil Boots. Jab, gonna miss the Light Striker raid, dodged out, and Chains Burning Spears time.
Life Break in 2.
It's time to buy stuff. Lena, buy stuff. Buy your items now. 1,500 gold. A ton of, about 200 goes down the drain.
Yeah. Okay, that was a bit crazy. Now what happens here? We still have Lakel's top lane just whacking on the tower. What's the response? They don't have egg yet. That was the biggest part about that team fight. The Phoenix could have done so much work with that egg.
And the Beastmaster got taken out instantly, so there was no Roar, there was no egg. CSW's actual team fight lockdown wasn't there in that fight, and they still won.
Yeah. I don't want to say it was because of lag or anything, but it definitely might have looked like it. So I did say it. But
It wasn't because of the lag, but it might have been because of the lag.
yeah, well, I really hate when that stuff happens in a game.
Yeah. Chains underneath his own tier 1 as Boombell is looking for the poison. Throw it across, get the vision, try and catch him. Because Chains building into that armlet. He's got his helmet.
He doesn't have a TP scroll, which is the...
There, the zip forward and micro vortex. Reaction TP from the Shadow King. All alone though. Comes in, disrupts it up, and Husk's dead. This is going to be another kill. Wedding Crash is stunned and down.
Another TP. Okay, you cancel that one.
He does manage to kill off the Lina with his dying Requiem. But 2 cores for 1 support.
I think you're happy with that in a tier 1 tower.
Most certainly. And what's the trade-off? You know, Phoenix farming top. He's already level 6.
He's not actually farming. He's just kind of sitting there. Oh man, that was a very, very, very good trade.
And that's a Shadow Fiend who's top of the net worth by a good 1300. He's got his mech, but it didn't help in that situation.
Having so much damage on, like, at the start I was wondering, like, my pro, why you're rotating so much, but he's been getting work done. Like, sure, he's died 3 times, but honestly, he's created, like, a lot of space. He's put a lot of pressure on the map, whereas if he was farming in the jungle, you wouldn't actually see that, and all of a sudden, the Huskar, who's, you know, his time in the game, his time to shine is, you know, 20 to 30 to 35 minutes. And if he has a slow start, all of a sudden, it's not such a scary hero.
Like, he can start to play now, but he's in a similar kind of boat.
Yeah, he has a download. This is one of his peaks.
Yeah, like this early on though, he's kind of in a similar boat as Storm Spirit, where you want to find the one hero alone. You don't want to run into 5 this early on, and old man Roar over in the jungle with my pro Storm. Can you zip away a TP? It looks like he's just about going to be fine. Ooh, fiery spirits.
It's huge, okay.
But yeah, Huskar doesn't want to go this early on, 1 versus 5. Later on, you know, we've seen him just go absolutely nuts in these ridiculous situations where you're armlet toggling and you're getting all of this nonsense, but Signature.Trust, they're grouping up very early on. If they start to think, okay, Storm, he's died 4 times now with 5 kills, when is the period they think it's time to get some items on him?
It's definitely no, to be honest. I think he's just died there. Like, that's that final straw. It's like, okay, we're not actually farming our jungle on anyone. Let's take advantage of this resource. Like, Leshrac, Lina, and Shadow Demon on their own can do a lot. So can Bristleback if he combos with them. You know, Storm Spirit doesn't have any aura items. He doesn't have any mech. Like, he's just a hero that can get solo pickoffs. But also, when you... What's happening?
Try out a hero build.
What do you try now?
I don't want to try a hero build, please. Go
Maybe
away.
it's a really good hero build.
No, I don't want it. I don't want
it's gone now.
Wait, it's only if I click on Lina. No? Well, it's got... Okay, I have no idea where that came from. But yeah, Lina picked up a point booster, which is what I was looking at.
Okay, yeah. So going for that early Ags for the Huskar counter. Legit.
Shadow Fiend as well. You know, he's going to go BKB probably straight after mech.
Yeah, true. It's kind of like when I look at Dazzle as well, like he is so poor.
Is he level 4? Oh, is he at level 6?
He's level 6, but like
magic stick and boots.
And the fact that the magic stick's on cooldown, I think, is the worst part about this. He's just looking at it and he's like, "You feckin' magic stick, you're not even. I can't even use you right now."
Well, what do you reckon's up next for the Huskar after Armlet? BKB?
I think BKB is definitely needed. Like, the only one right now that can kill him is, obviously, like, Bristleback can get up in his face, do that physical DPS. Storm Spirit as well, if you can, you know, kite him around. But, like, it's so much magic damage. And it allows you to, after disruption, instantly BKB and then continue the fight, you know, which is the most important thing. And you can also armlet toggle quite easily when you have BKB because of the lack of damage. What are you zooming in on?
I was looking at effigies. Shackle Shot Wind Ranger. Well,
she kind of looks like she's throwing a gang sign.
You want fight? I give you a fight.
She's just standing still. That's a terrible effigy.
Mid lane, Abba TPing out. Can they finish him off? Ooh, just about with the burning spears. Disruption a little bit late as the poison now getting stacked up. Boombell back behind the tier 1. Javelin is Lina.
Okay, so if CSW get any picks, they push so fast. You know, you have Beastmaster, Shadow Fiend. They have a lot. It's the same for Trust as well, but it's, I don't know, having that early mechanism on your core, I think it can just completely change team fights.
Pakels with a DD, kind of scary prospect for CSW to actually face up. Oh, it's done. Okay.
Yeah. He looks scary, but he didn't really need it.
He's a kitten.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice guy, Pakels. Okay, so he's just casually farming on front of 5 heroes.
Well, there's a weave for the minus armor, but yeah, standing there.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna kill these creeps. that was hilarious.
How are you gonna stop me?
He does have a lot of weave stacks on him now. I think you want to be a little bit more careful.
He's got 2,000 gold as well. You don't want to be losing that. There's no glyph. Oh, there we go. Glyph for the tier 1. Popped at exactly the same time as I say it.
Okay, so it's still not deniable. Oh, it is. No, it's not. Okay.
2 HP away from being deniable for smoke. Running through the river, but CSW's positioning back up on their own ramp. They're not going to get picked off too easily here. ABBA, though, is going the long road around, and now, yeah, when it crashes actually too far forward, James, Soul Catcher and dead. No, the Grave comes out, trying to fight up against them. When it crashed Requiem, but James just goes back in, Melina finds him, and Godon on the back end. ABBA, roared up, they've got the follow-through access to finish.
Oh my god, so that 3 points in Shallow Grave, I was looking at it a second ago and I was like, hold on a second, that's actually like legit. Because at the range, he could actually follow up the life break and like give him the Shallow Grave to let him do so much work in that play.
He held it on for so long. Chains was like dropping. Okay, he's dropping really quickly. He's down to like 100 HP. A few more right clicks in there, and he's dead. There's something great from Godon.
It was awesome, man.
And there we go, the easy road to tier 1 tower and into the pit.
CSW looks very, very strong right now. Okay, what do they have from Trust? They're closing in Ish and Bloodstone, not really. They still have a lot of burst damage with Shadow Demon, Lina, the Shrek. It's pretty legit for defending high ground, but they don't really have anything else. It's going to be a tough one, you know. You get that early Roshan. Like Huskar has like, if Huskar jumps into your base with Aegis and BKB, like say he gets BKB for 20 minutes ish, like what do you do? Like.
I don't know. I'm looking at hero levels right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Shadow Fiend is 13, Huskar is 11. Okay, they've got Storm and Bristle on 11. But then you look at the rest of their heroes. This Leshrac, who is, you know, basically their, well, I want to think of him as their one role. The Kells, okay, he got the farm up in top lane, but Leshrac is their main source of damage right now. He has got all of that magic damage being pumped out.
Yes.
Then his BKB nearly done on the Shadow Fiend. He is 700 gold away from it. Huskar, does he have one of the components on the courier? No, not quite yet. 1700 gold up on him. And then Leshrac's magic damage does nothing to Supernova.
Okay, so I guess the telling point of this game was when Leshrac built the Bracer. You know what I mean? Like, just that alone, it shows mentality and how the game's going for Signature.Trust. Because you know that you're not closing in on that Bloodstone anytime soon. You got your arcane boots first, and he was struggling. We talked about it in the laning stage. Like after the first 2 or 3 levels of Huskar, it became really difficult.
It's one of those things we used to see on Sniper. Even though Sniper in the previous patch was always seen as, oh, he's that annoying hero, he wins all the lanes, and when he did get shut down, it was like, okay, I need to go Treads, Bracer, Wing of Ankler, and your item build actually changed so much. Roar, Micro, no, the Storm zips back, and the Fire Spirit is it going to be enough?
Dead.
He's getting out, the Poison Touch!
Okay, so the minus armor on top of the physical damage from Poison Touch? Damn, son.
The weave.
Okay, that's actually legit.
And that's Storm dying for, what, a 5th time?
Yeah. They play Storm so aggressively, like it's impressive, but it's, I don't know. It seems like his skill build didn't match his playstyle.
Huskar now top lane. Can he finish off Leshrac? 3 more hits in, and maybe he dies over in the fountain, burning through, but Bottle and heals up. He's also got 17 stick charges. Yeah, he was never dying.
No, I don't think so.
So ABBA, perfectly fine. The push, though, coming through on bot lane. Chains, TP down, help back your team.
Come bottom, please, Chains.
We need you, we need you.
I don't know what their answer for the Aegis Huskar is. I honestly don't.
Oh, Chains is actually going to help the Dominator first before BKB.
Okay.
So the extra armor.
The confidence is so real.
Well, I guess lifesteal with Burning Spears now that they stack. You get that. The extra armor against Bristleback, Nasal Goo, the Edict, physical damage. It's always worthwhile. Then you can go and tank towers, so you're going to take that much damage from it.
Also kind of makes armor toggling a little bit easier. You know, you have a bit of lifesteal on top of it, so your health is kind of fluctuating off 0. Alright, here comes the Tornado.
That's the game-winning spell there.
He just goes ham.
Kells, the life break to start things off.
Just a little kind of tester life break to see what their answer is.
Little peck on the cheek. How you doing? How you doing, Kills?
Is he gonna do it again?
The weave up now onto a couple of heroes on the front
Okay,
line.
so when this weave starts ticking, like you go, I think like 50% weave.
24 armor, 27 armor.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Closing in on 30. Chain. Still got Aegis Immortal, so they could go in
He
for
hasn't
this.
used armlet either.
Oh, that's very true. Actually, Trust, are you really wanted to go in here? You got
Look at
tornadoes
his
slowing
armor.
you down. The armor is up there, 37. But they just want the tier 2.
Okay.
They don't want to commit. And with Beastmaster mid lane with his Blink Dagger, okay, you know, they don't have the Roar, they don't have that lockdown. Was there a battle between MyPro and Beastmaster?
Yeah. We see a lot of Beastmasters in Europe going straight Necrobook instead of the Blink Dagger. I think against like a hero like Storm Spirit though, the Blink Dagger makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just catching him out, destroying him that way is amazing. But they still have that 10-second BKB on the Shadow Fiend. They have the Huskar, who's, you know, pretty much a monster. He has ice armor on top of the weave now. Oh dear god. Did you get it? Gold dot? No. No, I didn't actually. No.
They didn't use Aegis Immortal though.
Yeah,
That's
but
going to
it
expire.
should be cooling down, or expiring, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, on that tier 2, they could have, you know, maybe thrown the Huskar away.
I think so too. They were quite passive in their play, and against a hero like Stormspirit, I don't think you want to do that. You know, you don't want to give him that extra bit of recovery time, because all it takes is, you know, 2 or 3 mishaps and a few Bloodstone charges, and Stormspirit is destroying your Dazzle, destroying your Beastmaster and your Phoenix. If played, you know, you just get a little bit.
Gem on the Beastmaster, clearing through a lot of these Observer Wards now. Lena, I just looked at her. 500 gold away from Aghanim Scepter. They've given her quite a lot of room to farm, and I want to say that her farm rate has been higher than that of Storm Spirits over the past 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's kind of not really a good thing.
Not the situation you want to be in.
No.
Like, okay, you want her to get farmed, but this Aghanim Scepter is going to be good against SF and Huskar. Storm has been left high and dry a lot of the time in this game.
Yeah.
Leshrac, same story. You know, Bloodstone is a fair way away.
It's a dream. He actually bought the recipe
Before finishing the Soul Booster or the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he just needs a Soul Ring now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They just need one roar, and then they can push so fast that I think what can they do? All right, Dirka, lay it down for me. What's the plan for Sigma?
Don't die right now because they're walking into the smoke wraparound. Requiem have the Roar. They found the Storm and Shane. What do they need to do? It's so difficult to say because if they had wards there, okay, maybe they can't have vision of them, but the Beastmaster has a gem. He's just de-warding everything. Lena's going to be the second to fall, and CSW have complete control of the map. There is nowhere safe for Signature.Trust to farm, to push, to hide. And Leshrac, okay, finished off Bloodstone.
That's one thing. Okay, they win this fight. They get a lot of Bloodstone charges. Maybe they can come back to that because it's a shot there. They have good wave clear. They have that going for them,
Which is nice.
Yeah.
And BKB on Lakels, you know, he can man fight a little bit. Not going to get hit by the burning spears. Not going to take too much damage.
Take down the egg. It's only level 2, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
The double bracer build from Dazzle.
He's going medallion.
He's going medallion. He's got 2 braces.
It seems kind of strange that they get medallion so late after 2 bracers. I guess they're trying to withstand the Storm Spirit initiation to get the shallow grave off.
And then he doesn't want to get disrupted, stunned, and nuked off the face of the map. They need his grave.
That's true. All right, Chains, show me how manly you are. Fly at them.
Fly in my protein. They're going to go in with the Roar. Chains jumps onto Abba. Now the Supernova as well. This is perfectly placed as Lesh just drops. Boombell on the back end will make his retreat out. Lakels. Yeah, tickled a little bit by that damage, but tier 2, there's no way for Trust to actually contest this or defend. They've got Glyph, but it's not worth popping here.
Oh my god, that play was so on point. Using the Roar on the Bristleback and then knowing who your teammates are going to go on. It's like, okay, we're going to ignore him, we're going to use a Phoenix with the Huskar, and just that combo, that communication was amazing.
Lena has Axe. Is this the way back? Is this the light at the end of the tunnel for Signature.Trust? Because right now, they're 5,000 net worth behind CSW and about 4,000
That's not actually
experience.
that bad.
Yeah, the metrics, tells one part of the story. They're behind in terms of numbers and values.
I think the map control, as you said earlier, is literally the most important thing, though. And even when you have a Beastmaster, you don't, even if you don't use wards, you still have the Hawk. And you can have 2 Hawks constantly up, just completely scouting at the enemy. And that's exactly what they're going to do here. Now, this is the most... Does it blink the way? Yeah. Like, the Hawk again.
They find him. And I think one great thing that Signature.Trust did there, Storm Spirit wasn't a part of that fight mid.
They're letting him farm.
Yeah, he's getting closer to that Bloodstone. Top lane is pushed all the way and is actually getting up into the tier 3. So CSW do have to attend to this. They've got to try and say, okay, we'll send Phoenix back or something like that whenever Supernova's on cooldown, which it is now, just deal with that push.
Okay, so this is an extremely slow Bloodstone though. Like, we were talking about him earlier and how he was doing really well in his 1v1 matchup, even though Dazzle came and gave Shadowfiend the early lead. But because of his insanely aggressive play, which I respect, but it's like, is it the way you want to play it is the question. Dirka, that's my question for you.
I think if they manage to get more kills on the Huskar, then yes. But he's only died twice.
Yeah.
So if they shut him down, then trading off Storm for Huskar, I think that's good, because Storm can catch up. He's good at flash farm.
Yeah,
so if they're both shut down, then I think that's fine. But they've kill chains twice, and he hasn't been completely, stopped in his tracks. He's still found kills, last hits, and he's got his farm going.
Yeah.
Because the Shadowfiend, you're never really going to stop farming completely.
Exactly.
He's just going to farm through the jungle.
He has a very, very good comeback. He's going scatty, but looks at that. Scatty. Alright, so also Beastmaster is farming very well. 2D, he's an exceptional player, to be honest.
Yeah.
He really is.
You can see now why, a lot of the time they ban out a bunch of his heroes.
Yeah, like he doesn't die, even when he's behind. He doesn't, like a lot of offliners start to say, okay, like I have to take a risk now. This is like my time.
Back when Faceless Void was played off lane, that was one of his big heroes, and he was just immense. Not just his positioning, but his aggressive play onto supports, kind of like Universe, knowing exactly when you can go and 1v1 them. And then Chronos, I don't think I ever saw him miss one.
Alright, are they going to give the Shadowfiend? Okay. Okay, so the BKB is nearly done on the Huskar, and that kind of allows you to focus Grave on Huskar, which I think is better. Because Huskar respawning on full life isn't exactly optimal. Whereas if he gets 5 extra seconds on 0 life, it's terrifying. And Bernie Spears.
Lena's Axe hasn't really done too much.
No, they haven't really used it.
Still 2, 5, and 4.
Yeah. And they're kind of farming Lena more in this situation. I guess Yules or Blink is exceptional here. Then do you go Necrobook still on Beastmaster display?
I think you could consider Aghanims, or a Refresher is always one of those items where you think
you can't get Refresher without Aghanim, or without some form of mana.
That's true. He's got very limited mana pool.
Maybe if you had more mana boots in your team, but everyone's like either brown boots or tranquil boots. Yeah, Bloodstone up. Now this is really, really good for Sigma.Trust, because they there was 10 to 5 minutes of time where nothing was really happening, and it allowed their cores to kind of come back into the game a little bit. And if you're in a commanding lead like can't say Wisp are, you don't want to allow that to the other team. Like you gotta crush them when they're down, man. Dance on them.
Well, the Celt is now going into a little bit of right click. AC
on
the cards for him. He's got the plate mail.
Chains the haste.
Oh man, they're going to walk over and find the ancient stacks. They go straight in, the roar out, pushes people around, and Supernova on the high ground. It's going to catch 3 here. The Lena definitely got it. Not stunning in time.
That was so close.
While Leshrac is farming his own jungle and being scouted out by this Radiant Observer, Storm at bot. He's got Zip and DP.
The confidence is ridiculous from
the wave slipping here. Wedding Crash is like, well, you can push the lane out a bit. I'll just counter push with this.
They just push mid now, don't they? Okay.
Looks like it.
He's gone for this kind of club/axe build, where he gets a Ogre Club and a Reaver. He just likes strength items, I guess. He was like, I don't even need a BKB. I got this.
Well, I guess now that Inner Vitality works on, well, it always works on Huskar strength, but gives you that extra bit of heal.
I think it's more the fact that the Lena has Aghanims, and that was the one thing he
just won raw HP.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's big. Solar Crest for Dazzle. And there's only, either you put it on the Huskar or the Shadowfiend, but I think the best one here is just put it on Crystalback, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He can't right-click.
Giving it to Huskar is amazing as well, like absolutely amazing, because having that extra bit of tankability, I think it's pretty okay. So they're giving the Shadow Fiend because they want he does the most damage to the tower.
Yeah, I guess then you get the evasion roar cancelled out there. Beastmaster thinks twice about his actions. The weave does hit the kills as well as Wedding Crash and Chains. There's the splitter, but Chains is tanking through it all. Is this really the target you want to try and focus down the kills? Now battling up against the Huskar. A few right clicks in here, but yeah, you're right. Godot is there, ready and waiting. 600-700 range away from the Huskar.
That's BKB down. They still have the Dazzle ulti ticking on them. Like, next creep wave is go time.
The one thing they're missing is mana. Like, they've got no earned charges, they've got heals, but CSW doesn't have the mana sustain to really keep this going. But BKB, you're right, down for the Bristleback. Lashrak, 5 Bloodstone charges. What does he give you in these team fights apart from your split earth and
I don't
throwing
know.
out the Pulse Rover?
It's tough to call. Like, there's so much pressure on the Kells to be that frontline tank. Otherwise, look how weak all of the rest is Sigma.
Raw, Lina, Raw, she's got no Laguna Blade either. Storm, Hyper to jump in. Requiem is gonna do a bit of damage back to the Kells, but mainly slowing down and reducing damage. The Supernova is not getting focused by anyone. They've got no one to deal with him. And with 2 heroes down, Buyback is forced on the Bristleback with Lina charging down the middle lane. They need to find a pickoff. They need someone to die here from CSW. A good split out on the 2 is MyPro. Jab. They're going to go for the Laguna. Can he finish off Chains? They're going to get healed up. Is there still a grave? ABBA gets used up, and 2D doesn't have a roar. Throw out the Wild Axes as Wedding Crash just continually healed up. The Huskar finding the Lina, and she's got no mana again. Laguna Blade hasn't been used once since she got that Aghanims upgrade. Wedding Crash slowing the Kells. They want to force him back. Best case scenario there, taking him down after buying back.
Oh my god, the patience from Golda.
Or maybe kill. Wedding Crash thought he just immortal.
No grave. He doesn't have mana. I guess he drops his bracers, and if he uses Magic Stick, he can do it. But
well, Wedding Crash, if he died there, just comes straight back to life.
yeah, exactly.
Now it's reclaimed, and now he's back to full health. Okay.
Whew.
That was actually relatively close.
Okay. What does he have now? He actually just completely skipped BKB. He's like,
Satanic.
yeah, let's get that. They don't actually have enough burst when he has the grave with Godot sitting behind them. So it's fine.
And MyPro, weight of the world on his shoulders. Is he going for a Lincoln Sphere with that Perseverance? Can't really see him going for anything else.
Lincoln's. Yeah, I guess Beastmaster Roar is pretty scary.
Like a Lotus Orb isn't really going to work on a core hero. It's
awful on a core hero, yeah.
Maybe if Shadow Demon can afford it, then you look towards that. But
you still get roared though, so it's like
yeah. I mean, Lincoln's and Roar. So MyPro goes Lincoln's, and like SD goes the Lotus Orb.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Block it and bounce it back. But is Beastmaster really that scary of a hero?
Yeah, like when you're Stone Spirit, if you have a Hawk out and you have Blink, it's definitely terrible. Like they have so much right-click follow-up for that. It's okay. So he's gone Satanic Sign, so I guess Hogwarts. Get more evasion on top of Solar Crest. Okay.
Lakel's has given up on AC. He goes for Sanj himself. He wanted an item there and then, and Signature.Trust. They're pushing slowly into this tier 3, but they're now being forced to TP back. Chains gets the life break onto Lakel's. There's tier 3 dropping really damn quickly though. The Bristle back and forth. Fire Spirit's up on him, and Storm does catch Chains. There's Heal, there's Grave, there's Weave, there's all sorts of nonsense to go down onto the Supernova. Look too far back, but Lakel's is still dropping. Drastic break as he's dead with no buyback. Supernova and Requiem, they'll find the kill on the back end onto Lina. And again, Laguna Blade off cooldown, ready and available, but no opportunity to use it.
They don't have any damage at all. Like I keep watching Chains and Golda together, and like I keep seeing Golda going in and being like, okay, maybe I'll have to grave him there, but he doesn't actually lose any health. Like they don't have the damage. It's too difficult for them to go on the Lina. Like without Blink or Yules, it's very difficult to position yourself. Oh well, it's an ultimate orb for the Lincolns.
The Storm, the Lincolns, yeah. Roshan will find out when he respawns in about 30 seconds time. 2D did go for the Necro 3, so they've got a little more pushing power to their added to their arsenal. And another, like Huskar, he buys Satanic, he buys Sanj, and then he's got 2,400 gold up again because of these rack skills.
Yeah.
The gold you get is ridiculous.
It is like, it's actually so much gold. It's like 250 per racks, isn't it, per player? Like, what? Okay, so he walks in and buys the.
Wait, did Dazzle buy a new?
Bought a blink dagger.
Look at the freaking Radiant Courier.
Oh
Godot
my
has
God.
a Glimmer Cape. There's a Vlad's for Wedding. Wait, Wedding Crash has a Vlad's.
Yeah, why not? Lifesteal.
Okay. Why the hell not, indeed?
Like, even in these team fights, I think if you're playing Phoenix, you're like, I don't even know why I even use Fire Spirits, because no one attacks my egg in the first place.
Damaging stuff, yay.
Oh, the blink jump forward. Tried the blink up front of Bristleback and then...
That's a really smart play.
Yeah,
3-4-3, Supernova in 1 second. He can pop it now in the trees to try and hide him. But Boom Bell is already dead. The Fire Spirit will take him over in left track. But where do you go? You're going to fight up against the Shadow Fiend? Requiem cancelled out. Not going to go for it just now. But Lakel's roared and taken out under his own tier 3. A minute without your Bristleback. Supernova, Storm Spread, zipping back and forth. But again, Lina, no Laguna Blade, no time, no room to fight. And the blink back from Chains onto Abba. Catches out the left track, and GG is called. Game number 2. Signature.Trust tap out again. This was a much more dominant performance. Early, mid, late. There was almost no doubt that CSW would take at least the laning phase. The way that aggressive tri-lane went, playing defensively, forcing Alina to move out because they're not gaining anything.
It was very, very smart play. Rotating the Dazzle mid to gain the early lead on Shadow Fiend. Like, there was a few crazy fights when they lost 2 cores bottom. Remember when Shadow Fiend TP'd him, Mechanism, that kind of stuff. But apart from that, they look very good, CSW, dominant. And, like, last picking heroes like Huskar just completely changes games. It really does.
MVP for you? Who do you think personally?